Sziasztok and welcome to my channel. In today's video I'm going to create for you guys this greenish makeup look. I'm really into these colorful makeup looks like this right now because I don't know why. Keep it real. I really like the colors, I really like the summer, I really like all of the stuff, and this is a little bit fall vibe because it's a little bit darker, but it has this beautiful green shimmery color on the lid, and I think this makes this look really twisted, a little bit unique, a little bit more colorful than a regular smoky eye, and I think this is perfect for a night out, for example, in this lovely summer season. So I'm going to go out in this night because this is a date night with my husband. We're gonna go to the cinema and we're gonna watch finally The Incredibles 2 because The Incredibles was my favorite Disney movie, and finally here is the second part of this, so I'm really excited, and this makeup look a little bit maybe more than anybody makes for a date night in the cinema, but I really like to playing with makeup, so this is my makeup look for tonight. And I just would like to encourage you guys that be brave and play with colors, because if this is what makes you happy, don't afraid from it and just wear colors for the day-to-day basics. I think this is more than enough for rambling from me, and let's jump into the tutorial, guys. Thank you so much for you are here and watching this video, and before you leave, make sure you don't forget to subscribe, because that's how this really small teeny tiny YouTube channel can grow, and I really appreciate every single one of you. So let's jump into the tutorial, guys, and I really hope you're gonna enjoy this. Okay guys, so I already put on my base because everybody has a different base technique for the summertime, but if you would like to see my base technique for the summertime, I put my video about it in the corner, so you can check it out. Today I'm going to use my Jaclyn Hill palette, so I'm gonna take a blending brush and start with the shade Silk Cream. This is a nice soft skin toned matte eyeshadow, perfect for the crease. This is the shade which I'm using as a transition shade, and this shade is gonna help to blend out all of the other darker shades. And now I move on to the shade called Creamsicle. This is a nice ochre yellow shade, and again I'm using it as a transition shade to my crease, and this is gonna be help to create the ombre effect from the darker shade to the lightest shade, and this is gonna be the end of the ombre. Now I'm going to move on to the shade Buns. This is a warm chocolatey brown shade, and now I start to darken up my crease area. I put the pigmentation to the outer part of my eyes and just blending it inwards to my tear ducts. And because I would like to create a wing with these eyeshadows, after all, put the shade Bun in a wing shape to the outer corner of my eyes and just blend out the edges again. I'm using the same brush, all of the first three eyeshadow. Now I take a smaller blending brush and move back to the shade Creamsicle and just blend out the shade Bun's edges. I'm moving back and forth between the lighter and darkest shades, and that's how I helps to blend out the edges perfectly. And now I jump a little bit and move on to the shade Enchanted, and as you can see, this is really pigmented. I only just hit it a little bit, and this is on my fingers, and I'm using a small but fluffy angled brush because this fits perfectly to the outer corner. It makes easier to place the darkest shade to the outer corner of my eye and put it just precisely wherever I want. Basically I put it to the outer corner of my eyes, to the wing what I created, and I just make with it stronger a little bit the wing what I created with the bun. Now I just move on to a wet flat shader brush, and I take the shade called Diva and I just place it all over my lid. And because it's a shimmery shade, I just wet my brush after I pick up the shade. Now I move on to the shade Jada, and I'm using my angled brush, which I used before, and I just place this shade where the shade Enchanted and Diva connecting. It helps to connect these two shades, and it gives a little bit turquoise pop in the center, which I really like. And now I move back to the shade Enchanted and just blend out the edges. And now I take my original blending brush, which I used at the first shades, and just blend out the edges again with a tiny bit of creamsicle, because we would like to really seamlessly no harsh lines. With a little bit face powder, I just wipe away all of the fallout which I get, and with this move I just help to create the wing at the outer corner of my eyes. And now I move on to the shade Buns with a pencil brush and just run along to my lower lash line and smoke it out a little bit. Now I take another tiny blending brush with the shade Creamsicle and just blend out the buns edges on the lower lash line to really smoke out the edges and really create seamless, lineless lower lash line. Some final touches on the upper lid. Now I take a regular eyeliner pencil and just tightline my upper and lower waterline as well, because I really like to tightlining. I don't like to do it, but I really like how it looks after I done. Really pulls together the whole look, helps to look your lashes fuller and more voluminous. Now I take my Rimmel Wonder Wing eyeliner. I'm not gonna wing it, I just create a thin line along my lash line to help my lashes look fuller and more voluminous. Now I move on to the face. I'm using my Makeup Revolution Pro Contour Kit in a shade Light to contour my cheekbone area. I'm using my Freedom Makeup Blush Palette. I know this has disappeared, but I really love this palette, and you can use whatever you want. I'm mixing two peachy undertoned blush shade basically. Now I move back to the Jaclyn Hill palette and I'm using the shade Beam to highlight my inner corner and under my brow bone. And because this is a really pigmented shade, I just apply it with a pencil brush under my brow, and I have to blend it out with another clean brush because this could be too much if I just leave it alone. And now I move on my Makeup Revolution Soft X palette, and I'm using this nudish peachy highlighter shade on the top of my cheekbone and on the tip of my nose. I'm using my Maybelline Lash Sensational Voluptuous Mascara, and I'm basically a huge clump. So I'm basically just coating the front and the bottom of my lashes. That's how I create a really voluminous and full lash effect. What a change! Okay, I have to find a lip color right now and I'm ready to go. So, something a little bit more nude but cooler toned, what I'm looking for. And let's see. Maybe not necessarily cool toned. My hair is always solve this problem with the cool or warm tones, because so warm toned my hair, so yes, I think my Maybelline Nude Empress is gonna be the perfect choice. had my wife today to make an extra really pretty makeup look, but the weather is not totally agree with me that this is a good idea because it is so hot and my face is just melting a little bit. But I really like this makeup look.
Part of summer is swimming in my pool.
Oh, summer. It sounds good right now after what we just experienced, doesn't it? Grilling out, lawns being mowed, and pools opening. These are some of the things we expect with summer.
So, this is the finished look, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this video, and if you do, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell because this is really important if you would like to get notifications every time when I'm uploading. Please make sure you hit the ring button as well, and thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate all of you, and see you in the next time. Sziasztok!